Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Revere Sky's Essence. The topic is don't get distracted. Seriously, don't get distracted. Everything's a coup. Everything's a coup. Everybody know, and I even posted the video. Everybody knows that they are getting rid of all the $20 million people. $20 million people is meaning they can manipulate the masses on an expensive tier. They've been around for a while. They're getting rid of all of them. And they allow the image to start turf wars. So if there's a law where you can't speak against a group of people, but there's no law that protects you as an indigenous species on this planet, you should have already been figuring out what you're going to do. First of all, the fact that we're dealing with banks and banksters and all of that, you're going to have to realize you don't need them in the first place. Here I am, been working my business for a few years, and they wouldn't even loan me $2,000, okay, for my business to actually put into my business, okay? They wouldn't even give me a credit card for my business. You know, there's a rule where your business has to make at least $100,000 a year before they would loan you $10,000. Okay. Now, everybody know that psychologically, your warped mind, your enslaved, domesticated mind is protecting your oppressor. Because right now people should be anti-indigenous, anti-nature. Without nature, we can't even survive on this planet. Without indigenous people, they wouldn't even they would have to come up with a new nigga. They would have to come up with a new black listed race. Don't get distracted. Everything's a coup. Everything's a coup. So whoever want to reach out, speak up, and all of that, it's just a major trap. Believe it or not, it's a major trap. They got their laws set in place, and you're using their money. Believe me, it's just a trap. But I do know one thing. You can create law and order. You can create law that protects who you are. But not only that, you got to be willing to fight. You got to be willing to take motherfuckers down. You got to be willing to just whoop ass. Don't worry about these other people's laws. Create your own law. Create your own order. And if you don't get the respect that you want, anything in your way, you bring it down. Just kick ass whooping time. Ain't no more time for asking for handouts, begging, pleading, and hope for the person see you. Just kick fucking ass. And I even said before in the past, socially, when you study mass media, social media, everything, how can you get those people that are programmed to kill their own race? How can you get them to turn against their oppressor? That's like you got uh, a clone group of soldiers. Let's say you got a clone group of soldiers. You program them to attack what you want them to attack, right? But if your enemy get a hold of them and their programming and reprogram them, they can turn your cloned army against you, right? So music has designed and mentally conquered the minds of young melanated people to turn against each other, right? But if you design music that conquers the mind of young melanated people to attack their oppressor, then all of a sudden you just start dropping like flies. We all know that what's being spoken and what's being done is just like Tupac. It's just designed to take the biggest, baddest motherfucker down. It's just like when you go into a prison and you want to take the biggest, baddest motherfucker down. It's to put you in trauma, awe, or shock. The depression, the anxiety, and the stress that people are going through this pandemic. So let's say they kill off this person's image like they did Tupac. Let's just say if they do. Do you know the trauma that's going to bring to people's psyche? Do you know how many people would never speak on what this guy is talking about? Never. Just like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, everybody. They put them front and center, and then they knock off their image. Quit falling for the trap. Don't get distracted. It's like a person with a life sentence to go in the electric chair or to be injected with whatever poison they inject them with. It's like, what is your last meal? Well, this person's last meal is to remind you that you need to focus on the oppressor. Not only that, I'm so over the switch and bait of social media. First of all, you got a platform that everybody is speaking on, and their content get taken down. I said Anuna Nak Naku. I said Anuna Nak Naku, and they disabled my text. They disabled my comments by me saying Anuna Nak Naku, but they're not disabling you. Something's wrong with that picture. Y'all not getting disabled for promoting what y'all are promoting, but little people like us are. Who's the real threat? The compassion, the passion, the speaking up, all of that. Y'all can't survive without money. Y'all can't survive in the trenches. Y'all can't survive in the wilderness. Y'all can't separate from electricity. don't grow no vegetables, no fruit trees, no nothing. And definitely not about to rise up against this system. So when people with this much media money compared to little old me, it's a big difference. But who's the real threat? Again, like I say, by design, when they let a person vent on mass media like that, it's their last meal. Because they have to prove a point to set us back in a traumatic way for 10 and 20 more years. Stockholm Syndrome. Don't get distracted, people. If another one fall, you just keep on motherfucking pushing. Because they not the real threat. All that voicing an opinion, don't get distracted. Because there's some stuff going down right now. It's a ploy, man. It's a ploy. It's nothing but a proxy. It's nothing but a proxy. I tried to tell y'all this. It's nothing but a proxy. Why do people think that people in the industry are going to protect you? They're nothing but proxies. Man, y'all don't have to wake up. Y'all never have to wake up. Because as long as the few that need to live their truth, the observers, the indigenous observers that see what's really going on, that's all that matters. All the rest of this anxiety, depression, traumatizing information is vamonos. Just dead energy. We all know that you will never overcome anything if you don't have your own medicine, your own medical, your own infrastructure. Yeah, remove your money from their bank. And you know something? People always want to buy somebody else's platform and application. But nobody ever want to build an app from scratch. Oh, I'm going to buy this person out. I'm going to buy this person out. I'm going to buy this company out. I'm going to buy that company out. Nobody ever want to start from scratch. I wonder why that is. That's just like the God gene. They ain't creating nothing from scratch. I'm over the distractions. And sometimes I feel like it's a point where you have to unsubscribe from people to get out of that rage. Anti-indigenous, anti-blacklisted. I came up with the hashtag Black Global Wisdom and they shadow banned me. The only Instagram account that can use Black Global Wisdom is a food channel that I have. They won't let Revere Sky's Essence use Black Global Wisdom. They won't let Revere Sky use Black Global Wisdom, but they'll let a vegetarian channel use black global wisdom. Yeah, y'all people think you speaking out. You ain't doing nothing but working. You a proxy. You are part of the coup. You are not a threat. Like I tell y'all, don't get distracted. Store your food, store your water, learn these plants, grow your fruits and vegetables, get as much solar power as you can. Have more than one location where you can live or thrive. And be ready to motherfucking fight. That's all I got to say.